Um, so I'm just going to say that. So this was a setup from the executive creative director for BBC User Experience and Design Division, which is the division I sit in, and effectively to be creative facilitators for innovation, to not just work in our own division, but also to help manage strategic change across a number of different initiatives in the BBC. So one of the areas I'm working in is called AV Experience, which effectively recognizing that the BBC has a very product-oriented environment, which means that a lot of product teams become quite siloed. And my role in particular, which started in January, was set up to move horizontally across those silos, so that effectively looking at audio and video experience across the BBC domain, and to facilitate with that, rather than being caught up in these different product areas. So that's where I was coming from, and it just so happened that as I started this project, I was then also invited to participate in the cubicle with the Pentacle team to look at ways of managing change and strategic development, really. So that was that. And what was really useful, what came out of that, is through a one-to-one session with Leonardo, we did some gap analysis of my particular project, which we ascertained was very much a foggy project. We kind of knew where we wanted to go, but we didn't know the how and the what. So it was very much a foggy project, and that helped give me some structure, because up to that point I felt, quite intimidated by this new project space and then this new initiative. What we also then did, which was very useful, is we set up a specific project space for my team, so that rather than just the senior management team being exposed to the pets and the various techniques that Eddie and the team were teaching us, I could also involve them directly, so that it wasn't me passing vicariously these skills to my team. They were actually participating with me, so that we were then able to do the gap analysis together, so that we could start looking at the project justification, the scope, and then aligning people around this difficult project. With the type of change of the foggy project, we could talk a little bit around what foggy projects entail, what type of leadership I would need to give, and how they would need to sort of support me in that leadership. During that period, we also, key to a foggy project was finding our stakeholders and then understanding who were the important ones to engage with. The BBC is notoriously full of stakeholders. If we were to engage with every stakeholder in my project team, it would be phenomenal. So it's prioritizing those, knowing who the important ones were, and just understanding how best to engage with them.